John Carpenter's Village of the Damned has been a favorite of mine since I was a kid. I've never understood the hatred for this movie. Everyone that I've ever shown it to seems to enjoy it, so I recently showed it to my girlfriend Rocky for the first time, who had never seen it before, and then we started to dive into the reasons why people may dislike this movie so much. So her and me sat down recently and had a conversation about it. So, Bob, what did you think of it the first time that you saw it?
Well, the first time I saw it, never heard of it before. And I loved it. I liked that it's kind of an out there concept with, like aliens and very twisted, warped kind of situations.
Yeah, and I think the reason that I liked it so much was because either red or glowing eyes was, as a kid, it just scared me to death. So when I saw that this was going to be showing on TV, I was maybe 10 years old. When I watched it, I was just hooked. I was enveloped. Yeah, John Carpenter wrote the script for this movie. He just kind of wanted to update it and just kind of bring it to more modern times and address some issues and topics that they couldn't necessarily talk about in the 60s.
Couldn't even say the word pregnancy in the original one. It was more about her condition and things like abortion. Definitely a no-no for back then. And he also wanted to show it more from a female's perspective instead of just the male perspective. What was it like for a woman to be raising one of these children?
Mm-hmm. John Carpenter agreed to do this movie in trade so he could do Creature from the Black Lagoon. The unfortunate thing, though, was when this movie didn't do so well, Universal says, no, we're not going to make Creature now.
And one of the reasons that this movie didn't do so well is because it came out right after the Oklahoma City bombings.
Yeah.
So it was really bad timing because, at the end you see guy blowing up a bunch of children.
Mm-hmm.
Probably wasn't gonna resonate very well with audiences.
It was also kind of doomed by Universal before it was ever put out to begin with. They never gave time to John Carpenter to make his movie. Peter Jason's a longtime friend of his, and he also worked on this movie as an actor and as a coordinator for the children. I actually have a couple of quotes here from him. He said, "It's a horrible thing Universal did, forcing the movie out early and not giving John the time to tweak and fix it the way that he wanted to. It would have been better if they had given John the time to give them his movie. They stole it from him, they stole the product, and in the end, they hurt themselves big time."
So another quote from another actor from the movie, Karen Khan. "I was shocked. A third of the movie is gone. Where did it go? And then somebody told me that that's what Universal does. People come in and they start cutting up things. The audience isn't even going to care about certain characters because those scenes were taken away. It doesn't mean anything anymore. Why would you even care about these people?"
So there's a character, Callie, who is Ben's wife, and Ben is played by Peter Jason. She is introduced like she's going to be this main character throughout the whole thing, and then once the children are born, you never see her again.
Yeah, she wasn't killed off.
And so speaking of deleted footage that we actually know about, Karen Khan, she originally auditioned for a news reporter. It's a good thing she didn't actually get that part, because otherwise she would have been cut completely out of the movie.
There is a scene that the first night the babies are born, they all stand up in their crib and turn their heads in unison. It's really a shame that didn't end up in the movie. That would have just added so much more to, how freakish these children are.
Yeah, because they put a lot of work into trying to make that scene happen.
I mean, really intricate animatronics.
And then another scene that we know was cut out was a scene where the children are walking through a playground and they're confronted by these bullies. The children ended up killing these kids or just abused them. We're not sure.
We've seen a photo of it, right?
There's a photo of it out. Yeah.
That's all we know about. What did they do to these kids?
Mm-hmm.
Come on! And Thomas Dekker worked really hard on this piano solo, and his in-movie mom was teaching him how to play, and he learns how to play really fast, and he was looking forward to seeing that too.
And then I ended up finding another picture of the cemetery scene, and this is where Alan and David have that talk about the stillborn baby. Linda Kozlowski, who plays David's mom in the movie, is seen in this picture. So we assume that she originally made an appearance after David and Ellen had that conversation.
Probably something else that was cut from the film.
Like all the backlash that the script gets for being very weak, I'm going to go ahead and say blame Universal for that. John Carpenter wrote more to this movie than what we're seeing on screen. Thanks, Universal.
Yeah. So one of the other complaints about the movie is people think that the children are all wearing these synthetic wigs. That's not the case. They actually all had their hair dyed with, hot oil treatments and, bleach. It was actually their real hair in the movie that you're seeing. And they went through hell. Cody Dorkin says that it was really painful. Danielle Keaton, she had the darkest hair of anybody. She was sitting there with this stuff on her scalp, and her dad's sitting right there, and she turns, she's like, "Dad, my hair is burning."
It's kind of nice to know that despite all the criticism and the backlash that this movie has gotten, they look back on it with super fond memories. Because, a lot of the actors that played those kids still remain friends to this day.
And Thomas Dekker had said, "This can never be topped for me." And it does have, a cult following.
And despite all the things that Universal did to this movie, it's still a very solid movie. Anybody that saw this back in 1995 that just absolutely hated it, I do urge you to check it out again and, just kind of keep an open mind about it because it's a fun story.
I love it. I'm a fan for life.
Since this does have such a cult following, it would be so much fun if we finally were able to get John Carpenter's movie.
Director's cut. The movie he intended. The movie he made.
So, having said that, if you've seen it and you didn't like it, give it another shot.
If you haven't seen it, sorry to spoil it for you.
Then why are you watching movie reviews on YouTube of movies you haven't seen before?
Right. That's a wrap. Wrap it up.